Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. I'm Grumpy Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 20 for our Union Summer 61 campaign in version 1.11 using the A.O.M mod. Now, once again, we are loaded straight into a battle map. It is June 2nd, so this battle is happening on the same day as the Battle of Bolivar with, who was that? Where did I put my notes? Where we had General Lyon's 4th U.S. Army and 7th Corps seeing off General Colquitt's Army of the West. In kind of a battle I did not enjoy fighting, as we kind of just both stood there and punched each other in the face to see who could hit harder. Thankfully, we hit a little harder on that one. This battle sees our 1st Army and 1st Corps U.S. regulars under Bull Nelson and Lovell going up against, not Lovell. Oh, and Mounted Corps here too. So we got Pope and Benham going up against Lovell and 3 of his divisions. So this is 1 corps. Lovell is part of Stewart's army. His other corps is north of our position currently, so after we defeat this corps, we will have to turn around and head back north towards Mississippi City to engage the other corps. I'm hoping this battle forces Lovell away from the southern fortification of New Orleans so that we can start reducing that fortification and get the mouth of the river opened up to traffic. So they are defending right here in the center of Centerville Pike. And their deployment zone is probably down here around the Stone Bridge and up around Roberts Ford. So I'm going to be heading for Jones Ford, I do believe, coming down the Old Market Road and turning left up Telegraph Road. This is going to be a lot of movement. Definitely not a day one fight. It's 7 a.m. It'll probably take me all day to get up to this location. So marching men across country would just be too tiring. But I am sending my cavalry, 1 brigade each, towards Stone Bridge, Roberts Ford, and Jones Ford. If I can cross the Stone Bridge without contestation, I'm crossing at Stone Bridge, because that's the fastest way to get my corps across that river. And I'll just fight up from south to north, as the terrain's more favorable for me that way. But if they are defending this bridge, there's no way I'm fighting across this Stone Bridge and against this railroad cut over here. There's just no way I'm doing that, but being able to attack from this direction would be more advantageous to us. But I have a feeling, and they do have these pontoons built. Do they? Doesn't look like it. The AI will build pontoons whenever they're in their deployment zone. They may be built, they may not be built. But if they hold this point here, they're probably going to have those built. So that's actually some more options for us. So I'm going to get my cavalry on the move. Get my infantry lined up to start marching down whichever road I decide. And I'll come back once I kind of have an idea of what their positions look like. Alright, it's 0930 in game. I do have the rebel side, and they're actually entrenched facing this pontoon here, so I'll be marching my men over to Stone Bridge. There's no way I'm fighting in the face of that. Not the best position in the world. And as soon as I spotted my cavalry, they started shifting. Are they coming for my cavalry? Yeah, you guys get the hell out of there. Let's bring you back to the top of the hill there. And you guys are going to come join them. Maybe we do some fighting from the top of the hill and do some damage. And slowly have my infantry coming down the road. I started forming here at this crossroad in case I hadn't, because I hadn't made a decision on where I was crossing yet. So as these guys, this road jam solves itself because I actually forgot to place my troops in an organized manner at the start, so I gotta wait for this road jam to clear up so I can start moving everybody again. Because they're all on top of each other. What are these? What the hell are they doing? I really have no idea what the AI is doing right now. I really don't. I'll be back once I have my troops in position for an attack, which will be a few hours in game. So it's 1730, day 1. I have my army across the river, minus the artillery division, which is just starting to catch up. So it looks like the rebels are defending over here, like I said, at this pontoon bridge, which I have my cavalry across from. It does not look like they have anybody on Centerville Pike itself on the point, so I've ordered 1st and 2nd divisions to come in line along the woods here and here and take the objective, which will actually force them to have to attack us, which is even better. The artillery division is not going to play a part in this battle. There's no open terrain here for me to utilize them with. So it's going to be straight infantry, and hopefully I'll be able to get my cavalry into the rear as they are set up to move on their rear right now. So hopefully I can get these boys there before daylight is out, but their exhaustion levels are starting to rise. Their fatigue, it says they're all well rested even after that march, but their cohesion is failing, so I'll tire them out faster once their cohesion is gone. So hopefully we can get this seized without them fighting us, and we'll take them on in day 2. I'll be back. So it's 1900 in game. We have taken the objective point and have effectively flanked the rebels out of their defensive positions. But they are making no attempt to retake it right now. Actually, they pulled their troops back from us, so Lovell's being a little smarter than most, though his defense position was not a great point to choose. So I guess he's decided he does not like the numbers disadvantage that he is at, as we do have an almost 2-to-1 advantage in numbers on him. But I'm just going to sit steady for the rest of the day. It's going to end at 2000. And we'll see where we stand tomorrow, and whether I'm going to attack him or wait for them to commit suicide against my rifles. Either way, we hold the objective. They have to come get us. So I'll be back. Alright, it's 0500 day 2. And we were able to push forward just a little bit further of the objective point. So I have my army set up to basically wrap around the rebels. I'm going to give them an hour to decide what they are going to do. And if they don't start making an attack within the first hour, and we don't know if they're going to be right here or not, they could move. But if they're not there in the first hour, my army is basically set up, or this corps is set up to start wrapping around this position if they are still there. So, didn't bring the artillery up yet. But I do not believe we're going to have any siding with these guns. Maybe some, but not much. I'm not really reliant on it. Yeah, they got some okay siding right there. I'll live with it. So, like I said, we'll give them an hour. And then we'll start attacking. I got the cavalry set up across the pontoon bridge. And if they're up here, I can bring the cavalry up and flank and rear them. So, sit play and see what happens. They're still in position. Now the question is, are they going to attack? Or are they going to sit back there? All my batteries are firing. Nice. Let's speed this up a bit and see what they do. You gonna come out and play? Well, at least one brigade is. I'm about to start taking canister. It's only the one brigade so far. Not making a concerted effort. Maybe he will. will, maybe he won't. We got another brigade coming up there. Speed this up a bit. There we go, come towards the sharpshooters. Oh, now they're pushing out skirmishers, awesome. Put mine out, get rid of them. Sharpshooters can still hit them. What are you boys doing? They're putting out skirmishers. You know what, 2nd Division. Start pushing up to there. We'll start wrapping this around. I'm not going to wait for them. I'm not going to let this turn into a skirmisher shootout. We're going to end this. We did take some guys leaving overnight from desertion, but not bad. Boys up closer. Third Division. Advance you right to there. That should force these skirmishers in, maybe. I don't have to attack, but I don't want this battle lasting forever either. So, we'll pause this here and I'll bring it back once the main lines get into position and they start clashing. Alrighty, it's 6:40. Lines are basically in position where now everybody's starting to get onto firing lines. Ignore the skirmishers, go for the main battle line. Got to push those boys in order to get to the main course. And it looks like Lovell's trying to keep his boys out of range of me. Just pulling them back. He's got no choice. He's got to fight. And they are retreating. Even though it still shows us as a minor defeat, this Lovell's smart. It's, the one division from the Cavalry Corps did arrive. So that plus my strength up to over 26,000 men on the field. And he's got 10,000. Put out about 650 casualties. So the AI is getting smarter with this stuff. See if we can inflict a few more casualties here. Advancing and firing, advancing and firing. With as many casualties as possible. I'm actually surprised the AI is showing a little bit of a brain on this one and dropping his men back out of the way. deciding not to fight. You don't see that too often. Usually when they're outnumbered, they'll do something suicidal. Well, not this time. Honestly, if they're going to retreat this early, they should have just left overnight is what should have happened. Keep shooting at them. You got 6 minutes left. Cause as many casualties as possible. None of the brigades in Lovell's force are in that good a shape. Stay on them. Come on. Battery's still in range. We can go grab those guns. Rhodes Brigade's got 40 men. I had 50. It's down to 40. Why does that brigade even exist? All right. Pretty one-sided fight there. I thought they were going to put up more of a fight. Lovell didn't want to put up a fight. And for good reason, I mean, with the number of men I had on the field. So we lost 282 infantry out of our 15,783. None of our cavalry, none of our guns. So our total loss is 282 men of the 26,723 we had on the field. Lovell lost 1,100 of his 9,500 infantry. You saw that one brigade, Rhodes Brigade, only had 50 men and took 10 casualties. They're a non-existent unit. It's the size of a platoon. They shouldn't even exist anymore. We only got 30 of his cavalrymen. I thought we got a little more than that. But, so his total loss is 1,100 of 10,000. Should we say 1,130 on that bottom number? Let's take a quick look at the paperwork here. Not much fighting, but we can see what everybody did. So, 3rd Infantry Division, 6th didn't fight. 7th U.S. Infantry did 166 casualties to infantry. The U.S. Marine Corps Regiment did 2 to infantry, 27 artillery for a total of 29. The artillery battery did 27 to infantry, 1 to cavalry for a total of 28. Division total 223. 2nd Division, which is 3rd U.S. Infantry Regiment, did 21. 2nd U.S. Sharpshooter Regiment did 189. 4th U.S. Regiment did 48. And 1st U.S. Artillery Company I did 4. 3rd Infantry. What? Alright, yeah. 6th Infantry, nothing. Oh, I already looked at 3rd. I mean, 1st Infantry now. 1st Infantry Regiment did 183. 1st U.S. Sharpshooters did 72. 2nd U.S. Infantry did 203. And 1st U.S. Artillery did, Company G did 43. Division total of 501. The Artillery Division did more shooting than I thought they were going to. None of the batteries did a lot of damage all told. 130 for the division, so I'm not going to go through those numbers. I want to pause and look my guest. Yeah, let's get out of here. So, I could have ended that on day 1, before nightfall. If I just advanced my divisions, that would have been, I could have had that finished before sundown. But my troops were tired from all that marching and starting to get disrupted. They weren't disrupted yet, but they were close. So, yep, that's. I don't know why he even stood to lose those men. He should have just withdrawn overnight. But it does clear a way to the southern fortifications outside of New Orleans. Now, I'm hoping he retreats north upriver and heads into the mainland. That would be more advantageous to us, but I doubt it. Come on, load out. There we go. Alright, the Battle of the Mississippi is ended with Lovell's Corps withdrawing. They suffered 1,134 casualties, thereof 202 killed, 280 captured. Our casualties were 282 men with 35 killed, 40 missing, and the rest are wounded. We've captured 547 rifles and no guns, and sent 275 men up to our POW camps. Alright, what do we got here? So it doesn't show anybody, at least from our side, no one got defamed, no one should have been, and it's not showing any officers on the other side killed. Alright. So I do have to replace one officer up north in 7th Corps, but that's only because he was defamed. So let's get this rolled off. See where Lovell goes. And he retreated to Fort Jackson. Okay, we're still in good supply, so we're going to move straight on to Fort St. Philip. And we have passed the Revenue Act. Very good. So Revenue Act 3 is done, so now we're going to start doing Bank Act 1 as soon as Bank Act 1 is complete. We will move over to Military 3. And then the Lieutenant General Act, and we'll decide which of our Army commanders deserves that status. Alright, we were going to do an overview after the last battle, but we did have this one start. So, as you can see, down here in New Orleans, we do have 3rd Corps forming up. Oh. Right now, they're under command of 1st Army. They are not going to remain under command of 1st Army. As soon as 1st Division arrives and the 2 artillery batteries, so another 16 days. And I do have to rename 3 of these units. So that leaves 5 more units that need names. I only did receive 3. So 1st Brigade of the 1st Cavalry Division is going to be, for William O'Hare, will be the 1st Ohio Outlaws. I'm going to rename these and bring them back in. And 1st Brigade of the 2nd Division of the Kentuckians will be for Mr. Oates, and that'll be Daniel Boone's Cavaliers. And we have a name for a battery for Grim Wolf, the Frederick County Firebrand. So I'll rename those, and I'll show you the units once we start marching this corps off on its orders. Actually, you know what? I might as well just do that right now. Why delay it? So. So our red tops and white bottoms. What, the Zouave red or the British? We'll go with the British red. There we go. You need to upgrade your weapons. Sharps. I'm not going to have enough sharps to outfit everybody off the start, but I do have more on order. Nope, ran out. Alright. And this is Daniel Boone's Cavaliers. are going black and white. There we go. And get these guys some better weapons while we're here. Just issue out some Maynards. I'm not overly worried about what everybody has as we are getting more weapons. And I got to use what I have because these are full strength cavalry brigades, so they do suck up quite a few weapons. And you guys get the Merrills. Grimwolf, let me know if you want a different uniform color on these men. And this is horse artillery, so I could give them 10-pounders, but I don't think horse artillery should have 10-pounders. So I got 14 guns, so... You know, we'll give them the 3-inch ordnance rifles. That seems more appropriate for light artillery being drug around by horse teams. Alright, that corps should be on the move by the end of the month and heading off to Texas. And we'll figure out, that will be formed into, it will get a separate army command even though it's a 2-division corps. It will have a separate army command just to get the 3 extra perks that they're supposed to get. Alright, coming back up north. 6th Army with 10th and 11th Corps both now at Tuscaloosa. Once we have flipped Tuscaloosa, we'll be moving on Montgomery. We just won the battle up here at Bolivar with 4th Army and 7th Corps. It is now time for them to start moving into Corinth. The Riverine fleet is refitting. Once they are good to go, I'll probably have them start bombarding Fort Jackson. Since I did want to hunt down the Manassas, it's no longer in this river system. It is over here now, so not hunting it down with those ships. And we are still holding steady everywhere else across the line. We still have not gotten sighting again on these missing corps. But I think as 10th and 11th track their way east, we will see them reappear. Alright, that should be everything for now, so hopefully I'll be back with another combat, or probably make it... The summer's been quiet, they haven't been making a lot of moves. And the siege is ongoing. Oh, we drew in Lovell's Corps into the siege, that's even better. That's actually even better for us. That's good, maybe we can finally wipe this corps off the map. Alright, so that should cover everything. Hopefully I'll have the monitors in the river soon. If looks like Jackson's on the move, may have to move 3rd Corps out of his way. It's not until the other division gets here, he does not have the numbers to fight him. Alright, let's move you over to Brashear. I need you out of the way. Unless he comes down to join this siege over here, we'll probably handle him separately. So, I'll be back when next major event happens. Alright, it's June 5th in game, and we have ourselves another engagement here with 2nd Armies and 2nd Corps running into the Army Pensacola headquarters and one of his corps, Finnegan's Corps. It says unknown up here, but you can see him over here on the map. So I had ordered 2nd Army back down towards Lake City in preparation for a push on Tallahassee. I thought the whole army was over here, but this is better for us. So we can take them down 1 corps at a time and reduce their strength even further. We're bringing 10,772 infantry, 2,000 cavalry, and 75 guns to their 5,600 infantry and 7 guns. So hopefully we can push this one very quickly. It's already 17:20 in day. So it'll probably be a day 2 battle. So I'll be back after the load screen. Welcome to the Battle of Lake City. I think this is actually second Lake City. Hold on a second. Where's my battle list notes? Yep, this is second Lake City. So we are defending. We hold the point here at the farm clearing. I believe, yeah, it's just called the clearing. And like I said, we have a better than 2-to-1 advantage in numbers, and their entry point is right here outside of the Lusty Station, and that is their only entry point. So they're going to be set up over here somewhere. So we're just going to bring all of our forces forward. And just set up to shoot. Man, they are right there too. Perfect. Even better. That is even better. They're going to come right at us. And we'll put 6 in reserve. We don't really need them there, but what the hell. Put them behind the artillery. Let's see if the artillery gets some good firing done for us. Yeah, they got some good sighting. They have to come straight down the road right at us, so we'll let them. Yeah, it's right there. Battery right on the road. I got zero problem letting them come straight for us. Let's hit play and get this over with. I think they are right just out of range of the artillery division. Yep. They have to attack us, but it doesn't look like they want to come out and play. I don't blame them, so we're just going to push into them. We are not playing the waiting game. We got a few hours of daylight left, and we can end this today. Or okay, let's halt those orders. Looks like they're actually coming out for us. Hearing all that artillery fire in the background, it's got to be nice. No, get those halt orders yet? I think they're on their way still. Speed this up a bit. They want to march at my rifles, let them come. But I think we are slightly downhill from them. Say, where's my infantry not firing? Advance on them. Someone's got the dog set off. I'm gonna go figure out what that is. Sorry about that. One of my nephews walked through the door and got all the dogs hot and bothered. All right, let's see here. Since you guys are coming up the road, start swinging out. 4th Division. And don't know why they don't have range. Keep these guys engaged. Does not look like they want to play with us today. That brigade's getting ready to go. Why can't my men fall back that fast? Come on. I'm not going to chase them if they're going to be gunning down my men while I'm trying to chase them. Let's put these guys on counter battery. Take down these 2 batteries that are coming up. And if Finnegan sits there, he's going to get taken out by the artillery. Looks like they're waiting to make a more concerted push, I guess. So Law's Brigade came on their own. Speed this up a bit while they figure out what they are doing. How'd you guys lose siding there? And why aren't you guys firing? Really? I let my battery get ripped apart and not fire? Past them, go get that brigade. That works too. I don't know what the AI is doing right here. That just makes no sense, but it works for me. That sunset's a beautiful color. There goes that battery. This brigade's about to go with the Saucer. None of these forces down in the Gulf, including mine, are really combat effective forces anymore. There goes the Saucer. Hanson's next. Ignore Hanson, go after Law. And there they go. That's all she wrote. Speed this along. Alright, quick little fight there. More of a skirmish than anything. So, we took out 700 or 5,500 infantry, level 5 of their guns. A total of 750 or 5,500 man force. We lost 142 of our infantry. It looks like, and a few artillerymen. Looks like, I think we lost 3 artillerymen on that battery on the road. So our total loss is 145 to 13,700 men in the force. I'm not even going to go over the paperwork for this one. It's not even worth it. So, yeah, like I said, a little short skirmish there. I'm not going to hold you guys here for the load screen, so I'll see you back on the campaign map. Alright, Battle of Lake City is ended, with the Army of Pensacola in retreat. We inflicted 748 casualties, 139 killed, 281 captured. We lost 145 men with 25 killed, 9 missing, and the rest wounded. Captured 299 rifles and 1 gun from the battlefield and sent 290 soldiers up to our prison camps. Let's see how many we got in there now. New York's not overflowed yet, and they have the highest capacity. So the other two camps are already full. Oh, we could suck up a lot more. So we're holding half our capacity in this camp. Alright. We're going to continue sending those boys to freeze. So that's only literally one day past Battle of Bolivar, so no campaign map updates on this one. So I'll be back when the next major event happens. I got a bit of an update here. So we did take down Fort St. Philip. Lovell's Corps did retreat back across the river towards Fort Jackson. We're moving on to take Fort Jackson now. But Jackson's corps of Stuart's army kind of disappeared from the area and moved north. It retook Vicksburg, skipped Jackson for some reason. I got no troops up here. They could have retaken all these towns without me fighting them. And is now coming all the way up north and is coming down on my 4th Army, which is now sandwiched between them. And Jackson's corps is at 17,000 men. And the new Army of Mississippi, which I'm assuming has the remnants of the Army of West Tennessee in it. Yep, it says Colquitt's Corps. They disbanded the Army of West Tennessee and became a corps of the Army of Mississippi. So they're probably transferring Jackson's. AI hasn't done it yet, but it's probably going to be transferred under the command of the Army of Mississippi. So I am heavily overmatched. I have 8,800 men and 40 guns. This is not good. Yep, let's hit play and see what happens. This is not going to be fun. I'm probably going to have to withdraw from this fight. Don't expect to win them all, but I did not reinforce this corps, as I didn't think the rebels would reinforce their corps either. And they have placed it under the command of Johnston. 19,000 infantry, 2,700 cavalry, 37 guns to my 7,200 infantry, 1,000 cavalry, and 40 guns. Yeah, we were just straight up retreating out of this fight. You cannot fight that. So they're probably coming down here to Columbus. Alright, I'm going to have to recruit some troops for this corps. I'm not going to try and match strength with these two corps, but I can get it up to a level where I'll be able to fight them. Second Army. Oh, alright. Why is Second Corps... What the hell's going on here? I gave orders for Second Corps to move days ago, and they still haven't moved. That had to be a glitch. They should have been here in Tallahassee already. Where did Mountains Corps go? Oh, it's still there. Alright. And Army to the South looks like it's coming to besiege Fort Clinch. That's fine. I'm already emptying out the supply depot. Need to get the Engineer Corps out of there. Alright, so... thought... Where are you retreating to? Why is it not showing me the retreat path for the Corps? There we go. 7th Corps. Okay, they're going down to Pikeville. No, I can live with that. I can send them down to Mobile and they can, not Mobile, I can send them over to Tuscaloosa. And if these two corps chase, I can send 11th or 10th back to handle it. As, 10th or 11th are now in Montgomery. And I'm letting them sit there for a few days. As Sherman's readiness is all the way down, is getting down into the orange, so they need to sit and rest. His is the slowest moving corps. I don't know why. But once they're back in the green, I'm going to be sending 11th up to Atlanta and 10th over to Macon. I decided on 11th going to Atlanta because Sherman's in charge of that corps. So even though he's not in charge of the army, he does have the corps, so I will give him Atlanta. Alright, Army of the South started their siege. Sherman's finally at Montgomery. He should have been there days ago. Oh! And there was a prison camp there. So I don't know what happens to these prisoners. I remember someone, I think last campaign, asked me if I knew what happens to the prisoners when you free the prison camp. I have no idea. I don't know if they go back into your force pool or not. I doubt it. I doubt it highly. My men field did not jump. But now that the Confederacy has fixed its credit rating, it is heavily recruiting now. Their numbers are catching back up to ours, which is why they're overmatching me over here. So, I might just send 7th to retake Vicksburg. And then leave them there while they wait for reinforcements. I don't want them too close to these 2 combat corps up here. Now, Missouri is still sitting there with that 1 corps. It's other 2 corps up here. So I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, April, February. These are old. And Army of Texas, I don't know where this is. This says August 22nd. It's still June. So the info on this army is almost a year old. So his forces, I don't know where they are right now. Alright, I guess I'll be back with the next big update, which should probably be the monitors going into the waters. I think only 2 or 3 days away from being done. So it's June 18th in game, and we have another engagement here in Florida, right outside of Tallahassee, with 2nd Corps U.S. Army going up against Mountains Corps. We're bringing the same forces that we did last battle. Against his 6,800 infantry and 23 guns. So once again, we'll be taking this fight. Hope we'll be kicking them out. And once again, Army of South did start besieging Fort Clinch, but they haven't. It's a little bit in our favor and not in theirs. So I'm hoping to get this battle done and then get 2nd Corps back over here to Jacksonville, take on the Army of the South. So Florida's just in a back and forth. And then another 2 map updates after this. 3 updates, actually. So I'll be back after the load screen. Welcome to the Battle of Tallahassee. So we are on the Eagle Creek map. And we have a very large deployment area. But they're coming in right here along the Danville Road, and that's the only entry point that they have. So they're going to be coming right down this road into Danville. So we're actually defending back here at Lime Hill, but the terrain here is not really good for defensive purposes. As it gives a lot of cover to the attackers. Not much for us. It's hillsides facing each other. I'm not really happy with the way that looks. So I'm actually going to be setting my corps up here along this stone wall because they're going to be coming right through town, more than likely. And just set up along this open field here and take them on as they come. So I'll get my troops set up and I'll be back once Mountains Corps walks into us. So 1400 in game, we have Mountains Corps sided. They were coming right down the road, and it looks like they've decided they spotted my troops behind this stone wall network here and said, not only no, but fuck no, and are trying to, looks like come out in the field and come around my flank. I do have the cavalry out here with their sharps. So we'll let these guys continue marching. I'm thinking once they see these guys here on this flank, they might give a change of direction, but I don't know. What I can do is start marching 6th around that way. No, I don't want you guys marching across that. Turn off road use. I'll give them a pause once they see those boys showing up. But 4th Division's right there. I can turn... Actually, you know what? I'll just straight up do that. Force them to do what we want them to do. They don't have the maneuver elements we do. So, we'll pause this here and I'll be back once the lines start clashing. So once I started moving my infantry lines, the rebels started flushing out the battle line over here, but I think a little too late. So since they are now in the open field, I am pushing forward my infantry to engage them. So since they're not going to come at me at the stone wall, I might as well go out into the open and take them on. It looks like they actually might be marching towards me now. I can't believe that cadet company still exists. So I got 4th swinging this way, and 5th is coming through town over here. 6th is still coming back through the woods. I just didn't bother reordering them, but they probably will not be in the fight. So you guys mounted up and moving. This up a little bit. It looks like they're going to change tack and come through town anyway. Ah, that sucks. Look at that battery. Alright, keep pushing on them. They're all masked up. About to have a brigade behind them, too. Cavalry could take care of the artillery batteries. Keep pushing into them. Keep pushing in. Do not stop. Get in there, boys. Have yourself some fun. What the hell are you guys doing? Get the hell. Alright, whatever. There's one battery, take out this battery now. Yeah, it's coming on this flank, join that. Just keep rifling them down. You guys do not have range, get in there. All this free experience gain. Taking some casualties, but nothing that's too serious. Get in there. Start shooting. You guys still haven't taken out this battery? Really? Let's get in there and charge them. Keep on them, keep shooting. I want to wipe this core out. Good, broke that battery. Come on down and join the fun. There you go, get in there, get some shots in there, boys. Do not let them get away. And we should have the major victory out of this one. Taking out most of their force. There you go. 13 minutes, keep gunning them down. Get in there. Keep shooting at them. Boy, shouldn't be tired. You didn't do enough firing. Get in there. Keep firing. Here we go, major victory. It's down this unbroken brigade. Keep shooting at these guys. I charged the cavalry in, but we've seen like you can't do any damage to these broken brigades ever since the damn update. Somehow these guys have a massive amount of range on them. South Carolina cadets. You have 4 minutes left. See if you can't get in there and charge this company down. Yep, they just broke. Alright, speed this along. Nice short little fight there. Very, very heavily in our favor. So we took out 1,900 of his 7,500 infantry. Got all 25 of his guns, for a total loss of 2,200 of his 8,000 men. We lost 262 infantry, 55 cavalry, no artillery, total loss of 317. So that's almost 7-to-1 odds on the casualties. Oof. Look at the paper, see how these brigades did. That was a pretty big casualty layout for such a short fight. Alright, cavalry division. 4th Cavalry did 89 artillery, took 71 prisoner, for a total of 160. 5th Cavalry did 87 infantry. Looks like they got a shot off into one of the command staffs, brought it up to 88. 6th U.S. Cavalry did 27 artillery, captured 66 for a total of 93. Division total of 341. 4th Infantry Division, 11th Regiment, 379 to Infantry, 8th Regiment, 282. Looks like they got a shot off into one of those command staffs also, plussed up to 283. 12th Regiment, 358, plussed up to 362. So we hit somebody's command staff. 3rd U.S. Artillery Company C did 20 to Infantry. 6th Division wasn't in enough fight. 5th Division, not the artillery. 14th Regiment did 69 to Infantry. Took 7 prisoners, total 76. 15th Infantry did 440 to Infantry, plus up to 441. Like I said, I think these plus-ups are us hitting, because it doesn't show a specific cavalry, infantry, artillery number for those extras. I think that's when you hit command staffs. It's counting the staff officers. 13th Regiment did 81 to Infantry. And 3rd U.S. Company L did 16 to Infantry, 1 to Artillery, for total 17. Division total 615. And the Artillery Division did 61 total. So they're just in a backfire. None of these guys have high enough numbers for me to really go through them. Alright, let's get out of here. So, I would like to say I could have stayed behind the stone wall, but, if I hadn't started moving my infantry, they would have kept trying to go around the flank of my cavalry. Which, even with them having sharp carbines, all those brigades are like 500, 600 men. So it wouldn't have been a good idea for that. But it worked out in the end. They just all got bunched up on the road and got them basically encircled and just rifled them down. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better outcome, to be honest with you. That wasn't a skirmish or a battle. That was just plain murder. They were just stuck there. So, unlike Lovell, Mountain doesn't seem to be too smart. And you can't even blame Second Lake City on Finnegan because the Army commander for Army Pensacola was present at that fight. Alright, Battle of Tallahassee's ended with Mountain's Corps retreating in panic. They've suffered 2,118 casualties. There are 274 killed, 520 captured. Our casualties total 317 men with 46 killed, 33 missing, and the rest are wounded. Captured 791 rifles and 12 guns from the battlefield and sent 504 soldiers off to our prison camps. Ooh, and the Corps commander lost face. Very rare to see that happen. And it's not showing if we took anybody out. I love how these numbers on this paper never match this. Alright. So we're not going to roll this one off as there's a few things to go over. So once again, 1st Corps is now besieging Fort Jackson. We did not draw Lovell's Corps into the siege. I don't think their readiness was high enough to get it drawn in. So hopefully we'll be able to finish this siege off and then kick Lovell's Corps out of the area. The 12th Corps Mounted started its raid, and Army of Texas is in location, still with 7,500 men. So they are moving towards the Army of Texas. I didn't even notice that. And it looks like... Okay, I don't know how we lost sight of them. There are 2 rebel corps here. Jackson and the Army of Mississippi are pursuing 4th Army and 7th Corps. 7th Corps needs to start moving faster and catch up with his Army command. I'm trying to get them down to Vicksburg to recapture it so they can sit there and rest. And then get some troops into them and plus up their numbers. I do have 10th Corps on the way to Tuscaloosa to try and support these gentlemen out here. I don't like that it's delaying my raid further east, but Sherman does have to sit around for a few days to get his readiness back up. So it's something I'm going to have to deal with. But we should be in Atlanta and Macon sometime in July. Also, the monitors are now ready to go. So, I'm not going to port them down south as a... You know, there's just no way of intercepting those units on their way. So, I'm going to port them up here at Cape May. And then start sending them down south. So, actually, let's do that right now. And this fleet already has a name. It's the Kiwi Assault Fleet. That was a unit request from before the start of the campaign. I just hadn't built generic. I hadn't built my own fleet yet, so it just didn't have a name. So this will be its own fleet. What port did I just say I was putting this into? Cape May. All right. Where are you, Cape May? Why don't I see Cape May here? There it is. All right, put the monitor in first, as that's going to be the flagship. You got the Comanche, the Canonicus, the Katawa, Catskill. Come on. The Dictator, the Lehigh, the Mehopak. Come on, get over there. The Monayuk, the Manhattan. All right. 10 monitors in one fleet. I still wish I could have done the river monitors, but I had to go with the standard monitors. So not as many guns as I was like. It should be double the amount of guns, but it works for me. And Kiwi Assault Fleet works for it because that is exactly what I'm going to be doing with it. Give that a day or two to get up to snuff, and then we'll start sending them down here to the Gulf to get rid of all these annoyances out here. Let's roll this off, and hopefully we don't get another combat. There they go. The Engineer Corps is moving orders into Tallahassee. I'm going to have them start building a fortification. Then I have to have them come all the way back here to Pensacola. In order for me to string telegraph lines in Florida, I got to get back over here towards Mobile because I'm not in range of telegraph lines over here. And apparently you have to be in range of telegraph lines to build more. So I was hoping to start a station in Jacksonville, work my way back west, but it's just not happening. I got to start in Pensacola and go back east. Where did those two corps go? This is annoying that I cannot see them right now. Because they were right up, there we go. So hopefully 7th can get out of the way. They're just too big for him to fight. That is just all that is. So I think we're going to end this episode here. So if you're a new viewer or returning viewer, not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember to hit that bell icon so alert when the next video comes out. If you'd like a brigade in one of my armies, please let me know in the comments below. Type of unit, state is from, weapons, uniforms, and I will oblige on all counts if possible. Comments. As always, please do keep them coming. And I will see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.